exist. It's a scary, scary time to be alive. All the more reason why we need to lean into what's possible.
Gabrielle Bernstein, a role model for spiritual seekers.
The early days of being sent home, I was very confused because my art is to be here with you live on a stage. This is my art. And I was confused about how I was going to be able to show up at my highest and best with the new parameters that we were living in. And a few months in, I started feeling quite depressed. And look, we all had awful reasons to be depressed. But I started feeling like I needed to be of higher service. So I turned into my meditation, and I sat in stillness, and I listened, and I asked, how may I serve? How may I serve? Right away, I heard my intuition speak loudly. I heard, talk show. I was like, oh, that's funny, okay. And then I heard, ring, 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 ring. And I started to string these two thoughts together, and all of a sudden I heard, call Gabby. And right out of my meditation, I sit down and I start scribing, and I just start writing and writing and writing and letting my pen flow. And in that 5 minutes of writing, I started to write out a pitch for a TV show called Call Gabby. And I thought it was amazing. I was like, this pitch is awesome. Like, maybe I can just be in a studio and just do a show. So I emailed my agent the pitch, and right away he's like, definitely, let's make a sizzle reel, let's send it out. Within a few weeks, we had this sizzle reel out to a bunch of different networks. We were talking to Netflix and HBO and Amazon, and I was like, here's the pitch, guys. It's Call Gabby. I'm in my kitchen, and I get like a random phone call while I'm cooking, and it's like a FaceTime pops up, and I'm like, Gabby here? And the person's like, Dear Gabby, how can you help me? And so they're just calling me and just asking me for help. And I thought this was like a really, like, I'd be on a hike or working out in the gym, and just like random phone calls would come in, people would call Gabby. And so we pitched the show, and there was interest. People were interested. They're like, we get it. We need personal growth stuff right now. This is really important, and I get that this could be a show. But nobody wanted to make a commitment. So it was just no, no, no. And for a moment, I felt a little bit defeated when we got the no's. For a moment. But I'm a miracle worker, and I have been practicing for decades, thinking with the thoughts of love and high vibration. And so very quickly, I decided I'm going to choose again. And so I chose to see things differently. And I asked once again, how may I serve? Within minutes, I just said, you know what? If they don't want it, I'm going to do it myself. Yes. I slack my team. I'm like, guys, I'm going on Instagram Live at noon. It's a Wednesday. I'm going on Instagram Live at noon. I'm doing a show called Dear Gabby. Show up. So I get on, my team's all on. I'm on this show at noon on a Wednesday, and I bust out with Dear Gabby. I bring all these people on. Many of you are in the room. Who was on the original OG Instagram show? Yes, my friends, yes. Any followers of that Instagram show in this room? Yes, yes, yes. And so here I was, and I was bringing people in from all over the world, randomly in the shower, getting off the toilet, naked. Like, no joke, children were there. Lots of drivers. I made so many drivers. I'd be like, drivers, pull the F over. I am not going to have a problem here. So this show just took on a life of its own. And for 52 weeks, every single Wednesday without fail at noon, Dear Gabby showed up on Instagram. It was my opportunity to put on makeup. It was my opportunity to show you my fancy shoes. It was my opportunity to wear my clothes. I was so pumped. I loved every single second of it. And serving you served my soul deeply. And as the universe would have it, I started to have these wild synchronicities begin to happen about a year into Dear Gabby Live on Instagram. I started to get calls out of nowhere from podcast networks, and then podcast agents and existing agents, all coming to me saying, we really want you to do a podcast. And I was always a hell no for a podcast. I just was like, no, that's not my thing. I want to be in front of people. It just wasn't my thing. But it wasn't because it wasn't my thing. It was because I hadn't yet found my show. And so I said, yes, I know what my show is now. This is how I want a podcast. This is how I want to do it. And so within a month, I had signed up with an agent, sold the podcast to a network, was live, Dear Gabby, on air, and we started putting out a show every Monday. Here we are right now. We are a year and a half or a bit more into this show, Dear Gabby, and we have over 12 million unique listeners. We have, yes, let's applaud for you all. Let's applaud for you all. We have lives changed. We have souls served. We have community. Even though you might just be listening while you're walking through the streets of New York, you're listening while other sisters and brothers throughout the world are listening. You are in the same vibration. You are holding that energy for each other. You're waking up to your capacity to serve and to lead and to love. Without realizing it, listening to this show is your prayer, your moment where you say, how may I serve? Because that's what Dear Gabby is about. It's about being in the service of others so that you can awaken to your own light and your own greatness so you can go serve in your own world. That is my mission. My mission in this lifetime is to wake up as many people as possible so that we can undo the darkness that we are coexisting in and bring more light. Are you with me? So here we are now at my talk show, Dear Gabby Live. And it really goes to show how the universe will reveal to you and unfold for you exactly what is of the highest and best. And so when we are flexible and we are willing and we will say yes no matter what, and we aren't waiting to be picked, but we're saying, I choose me. I choose my desires. I say yes. I send that message out to the universe that I am a yes. Because the universe is always picking up what we are putting out, and the universe is always a yes. A yes for the good stuff and a yes for the funky stuff. So what are you here for tonight? Someone said funky stuff. I mean, I want to hang out with that person tonight. Okay, so what are you a yes for tonight? What are you a yes for? What is it that you're ready to cultivate, call into your life? What is it that you want to manifest in this new year? Just throw it to me. What are you a yes for? And claim it. Sex, connection. This is a feisty crowd. You guys have been at home way too long. All right, bring it in. What else? What else? I know I'm in New York. I know I'm in New York right now. I know I'm in New York right now. Abundance. A lot of yesing for abundance. Monday. Okay. I'm obsessed with you people. We're good. This is good. All right. Any other yeses that need to get out? Self-love, miracles. Inner peace. Beautiful. Forgiveness. Okay. A bubble bath. We could do that tonight, honey, okay? Uh-huh. All right, so we've got a lot of yeses, a lot of energy, a lot of willingness, a lot of vibrations in this room. And like I said, the universe is always picking up what we're putting out. And as my late mentor, Dr. Wayne Dyer, said, when I believe it, I will see it. When I believe it, I will see it. So when I was sitting in my little office and just kind of, bummed out that the TV network didn't want to pick up Call Gabby, I decided to believe it anyway. By believing it, by showing up for it, by choosing again, and not choosing the no, but choosing what I was a yes for, I was able to allow the universe to catch up with my dreams. And so I want to teach you a method that I teach over and over and over on Dear Gabby, and it's in my book, Super Attractor, and it's the way we have to begin this conversation tonight. We need to choose again. Many of us are walking through life just leaning in and grasping into the negative. And that's a lot of us right now. I mean, listen, it is funky out there. There is a lot going on. Let's be real. It has been tough. It has been scary. It continues to be. Today is the 10-year anniversary of Sandy Hook. Whether you know or you don't know, you're feeling that right now. We worry for our babies. It's a scary, scary time to be alive. All the more reason why we need to lean into what's possible. All the more reason why we need to lean into our potential, our greatness, our positivity, our light. Because the more we lean into the possibility, the more elevated we become as individuals, and the more elevated energy we can bring to the world around us. That's why we must choose again. And this is my practice I use all day, every day, the choose again method. You notice the negative thought that you have on repeat. And do you all know your negative thoughts that you have on repeat? You're familiar? And remember, a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. My beautiful teachers, Abraham Hicks, said that. The belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. So if you have that belief that's negative and it's on repeat, or it's just a thought that's negative on repeat, it's something that you are growing to believe in. So I want to teach you how to change it around. I want to teach you how to just reach for something better. So here's the choose again method. Take this, and if you ignore everything else I say tonight, your life will change. If you practice this method every single day. Anybody practice the choose again method on the regular? Yes, my people are in the house. Okay, good, yes. This one's like, yeah, waving our hands. Okay. So you notice the negative thought that you have on repeat. You witness it, you witness, how is that making me feel? Then you forgive yourself for having that thought. It's just a thought that I keep thinking. That's not who I am. That's just a thought that I keep thinking. Okay, I can forgive myself for having that thought. And the third step is to reach for the next best feeling thought. Reach for the next best feeling thought. Okay, give you a stupid example from today. I'm at the nail salon. When I start a sentence with I'm at the nail salon, my husband literally wants to walk out of the room. And if you've listened to Dear Gabby, you know there's many a moment of learning opportunities for me in the fucking nail salon. Okay. So I'm at the nail salon, and I just had like a little like Mrs. Maisel vibe for a second. I was like feeling my Mrs. Maisel coming through. Okay, so I'm at the nail salon, and I show up, and I'm really on a tight schedule today, and they're like, "You're not in the system." I'm like, "Ladies, I have it in my phone. What do you mean I'm not in the system?" And I'm like, I've got things to do. I gotta get my nails done. I have a talk tonight. And I start getting upset. And this is my regular nail salon. Like I'm friendly with these people, and I'm getting upset. And I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, it must have been that when I had a friend coming with me to get my nails done. When I canceled her nails, I must have canceled mine as well." And I was like, "But it didn't get out of my calendar." And I said out loud, "This is really fucking up my day." And then I was like, "You're a self-help book author. You're a self-help book author." So I just looked around and I was like, I'm going to step out. And they said, "We'll get you in our Soho salon." So I head over to the Soho salon, and I walk in there, and I'm like, "Listen, I'm really sorry. Like, I might have made a bit of a scene in the last place, and I'm a self-help book author, so I'm sorry. And I'd like to make amends, and I just want to apologize for my attitude, and but you should cancel it next time." And so in any case, I sat down, and I was in this new energy, and I was really needing some support in that moment. So I said, "You know what, Gabby, choose again. Choose again. Get back into the positive vibration." So I started just opening my mind to what I needed to hear. And whenever I give a talk, I always call on my late mentor, Wayne Dyer. And then I had this beautiful inspired thought as I started to choose again. And I heard, listen to Wayne. Listen to Wayne. So I turned on some YouTube video, and I just closed my eyes, and I let my lovely nails get done with a beautiful woman with me who I was chatting, enjoying my time with her, and just listening to the words of Wayne Dyer. And so as a result of being able to get out of that negative mood and choose again, I was able to really turn it all around and then find my way back to my teacher right before I wound up here. And meanwhile, Wayne's telling the exact same story about all the ways that he embarrasses himself in the world and has to remember that he's Wayne Dyer. So it was a humbling moment of recognition that I can have my human condition, but I can quickly choose again. And the more we choose again and choose again and choose again, the faster it becomes. And the more fluid our life becomes. And the easier it becomes to show up for life without all the drama and all the stories and all the issues. But we start to feel into what's possible instead of making things more difficult. So can I get a hey, yes, Gabby, I'm going to choose again? Hey, yes, Gabby, I'm going to choose again. Okay. Now, the next method is that we manifest who we are, okay? We manifest who we are. We manifest what we are. So when I decided to go on Instagram Live and put on my talk show, even though it was a free show on Instagram, and I was just bringing random people from all over, and I was like, you know, putting on the lights and putting on my own makeup and like producing myself, I believed I had a talk show. And I literally started referring to it as my show. I would say to my husband, hey, you know, I need to make sure that we have coverage for Ollie between 12 and 1. It's my show. I got my show. I have to show up for my show. I was acting as if. And I was actually not even acting as if. I was living in the experience. Even though it hadn't manifested in the form of a big television show on Netflix, it was my show. I got my show. And so we often are waiting to be picked, or we're waiting for the manifestation to come into form before we can actually feel good and before we can really feel satisfied. But what if you just decided right here, right now, that you're going to start living as if? Yeah? Yes, Jen. Yes, happy marriage to both of you. My friends just got married. And you know what I said? I texted today. I know, congratulations. My favorite couple. You really are one of my top 5 favorite couples. And I text them, I go, is my show your honeymoon? I love it, they're very devoted. But you know, so we have these experiences where we look at our life and we think, okay, I'm gonna wait for that thing to manifest and then I'll be good. But guys, whoa, what if we started tonight? What if we started tonight? Yes. You want to be a rock star? Go pick up your fucking guitar. You know? Sorry for my language for anyone who's offended. Please forgive me. Choose again. I did that for my husband. That's my Chappelle moment. Okay, so what if we could be it now? What if we could be it right here, right now? So think about the things that you want to manifest in your life, the things that you want to create, and start being them. When I first started out as a motivational speaker, I spoke for 5 years for free. During the day, I was running a PR business, and by night, I was a diva on a stage, or I was in NYU talking about marketing. But I was on a stage with a microphone, and I remember when people would be like, what do you do? And I had like a whole PR thing going, but I was like, oh, I'm a motivational speaker. Not just because I believed that I was going to be, but I already was. I wasn't waiting for somebody to pay me to say that I could be a motivational speaker. So start doing the thing that you've been dreaming of. Start being the person you are meant to be. Start allowing your gift to come forward in whatever form that means, whatever form that comes. If you want to be a mama or a papa and you haven't had your child yet, go spend time with children in your life. If you want to change careers, start doing that thing that you've been dreaming of in your own time. Learn about it, read about it, get nerdy about it, get into it. Don't wait for it to be presented to you. So act as if. Show up for the desire. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.